Hi Leo, welcome to your monthly love prediction for the month of March 2020. We're going to look into what's ahead for you this month in terms of your love life. So I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot, the Romance Angels Oracle cards, the True Love Reading cards, and also we're going to be looking into the charms as well. So what's ahead for you in terms of your love life in March? You have the Six of Swords in reverse, the Two of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, Strength, Death, the Six of Wands, the Lovers, the Fool, the Ten of Cups, and the Sun. And we'll look into the oracle cards and the charms after we've looked at these. So what I'm feeling for you for the month of March is there's definitely going to be some difficulties in terms of a relationship or romance, or in terms of getting a relationship off the ground, like initially. But I feel for some, it could be like arguments or just general conflicts within a relationship. There's an element of going round in circles. The Six of Swords. Swords is about the mind and perception. So to me, this card is really saying that someone is going in circles in their mind. They may be overthinking things. And often our thoughts can create different stories in our mind, and our mind can go off on a tangent and really cause us to doubt the relationship. So someone may be doubting the relationship because there's conflicts or some kind of disharmony or blocks, because this card shows they're in the choppy waters, but they want to and they need to move towards the calmer waters, the brighter future. Some of you, someone's having doubts that there's going to be healing and harmony restored within the relationship. So they may be thinking, should I stay? Should I go? Should I continue working on this? Or this could be someone who's losing hope when it comes to a connection. I do feel like there's true love here. There's deep love. I feel that you both want the same things, but there's just been something that's creating disharmony between you, or difficulties with it getting off the ground. But I'm seeing towards the end of the month that things are majorly going to improve. So there's the Nine of Swords in reverse, and it shows the two hands like bound. But in the reverse position, to me, it's releasing yourselves from the problems, releasing yourselves from the things that have been creating bumps in the road, in the connection. And again, the Nine of Swords is about intense anxiety, overthinking, sleepless nights, thinking the worst case scenarios. So someone's going to be overcoming that, because, it's the negative thinking that is the very thing that's creating fear and disruption in this connection. It's like the overthinking is creating a lack of faith, and it's having a knock-on effect within the connection. But this is someone's releasing themselves from this tendency to overthink things. Someone is having much more trust, because there's the Strength card here as well, and it's really interesting. She's like closing the lion's mouth. So to me, that is saying someone is shutting off their negative thoughts. This could be like the inner voice that's, the inner critic, the ego that creates fears and doubts. Someone's having the strength to shut that negative mind chatter down. They're having the strength to have faith. And yeah, there's death. Death is what am I saying? Death is about transformation. It's about releasing this old cycle in order to have a rebirth, have a new beginning. And it's really interesting because we have the 6 of Wands following this, and this is victory. 6 is the number of love, so it's victory in love after a battle, because this soldier has been out to battle and has come back triumphant. So someone really is getting over their doubts. They're realizing that it was their doubts and overthinking that's created confusion and disruption within this relationship. So victory in love, you're going to move into this lover's energy. There's going to be increased intimacy between you. There's reconciliation here. There's much more harmony. There's much more seeing eye to eye, being on the same page. I feel like there's going to be in-depth discussions, healthy compromises, understanding, compassion, forgiveness, all things like that. And just feeling much more closer to each other because, there's the Fool. You're both going to be taking a leap of faith. So this could be someone who's taking a leap of faith to get your connection off the ground. Or it can be they're taking a leap of faith by trusting in this connection. This is someone who's having epiphanies. They're having a heart awakening, a lot of intuition coming up. It's like they know in their heart that you're meant to be. And so they're trusting that. They're taking that leap of faith. And interestingly, in the Fool, it always shows the dog. Sometimes the dog is shown almost like biting the Fool's ankle, trying to hold him back. So again, that could be that nagging inner voice, the nagging doubts of the ego trying to protect yourself kind of thing. But the Fool is, not listening to that anymore. It's taking that leap of faith. He's only got this little satchel here, so he's left a lot of the baggage, a lot of the problems behind. And it leads you to this 10 of Cups, which is 10 is a conclusion card. It's the happy relationship, it's the harmony, it's the peace. The rainbow to me represents the chakras, so it's the healing. This is, what you both really want with each other, and you're both going to achieve that. Having everything you want. And the Sun. To me, the Sun is the light. It's joy, happiness. It's seeing the light, seeing the truth. A new dawn, a breakthrough. This is one of the most positive cards in the deck. It could be healing of the inner children within yourselves, because perhaps it was the wounded inner children that were creating these conflicts or doubts or fears. But there's healing of that now. A brand new beginning within your connection. So this is really powerful stuff. So let's look at the Romance Angels Oracle cards. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So there's been guidance here from the universe, from the intuition, and someone's really trusting in that in March, and they're going to make the effort. They're going to reach out. They're going to make amends. Maybe you're both going to put more effort into getting along and really allowing the other person to feel truly heard and truly understood. A lot more patience within your connection. And you have codependency. So I feel like one of the reasons why there has been conflicts and ups and downs is because of this codependency. Perhaps one or both of you was looking to the other too much for a sense of approval. Maybe there was some oversensitivity to do with feeling rejected. Even though I'm feeling like no one's truly rejecting the other person, I feel like one person or maybe both is feeling rejected indirectly, but it's really triggering someone or triggering both of you at the start of the month. But like I said, towards the end, I feel that there's so much more harmony and you both on the same page, both on the same team. It's like at the start of the month when there's arguments, it's almost like you're competing or there's a power struggle, almost as though you're on different teams. But then by the end of the month, it's like you're on the same team. Worthiness. So I definitely feel that difficulties that are triggered up at the start of the month are to do with a lack of worthiness, or looking to the other person for validation or approval, and being triggered really easily. But by the end of the month, it's like looking in the mirror, creating self-worth. And due to in-depth discussions, I feel like you will both realize it isn't personal, it isn't rejections or things like that, that the mind, the overthinking may have thought it was. So yeah, commitment. You're recommitting to the connection, or some kind of commitment is deepening within your connection. And yeah, they're mirrors here as well. So it's like you're going to be on the same page. And it's really interesting. Mirror images and seeing her reflection. So for some of you, you know, you're soulmates and you reflect each other. So let's look at the charms. Okay, so yeah, there's this slightly bitter. I feel this represents the arguments or the conflicts. It's like bitterness, people taking things personally. It could be like difficulties in understanding each person's way of communicating certain things. It reminds me of that book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It's like you speak different languages, but you both love each other. You both want the same thing. Both want deeper intimacy. There's this fuck you, I do what I want. I feel this is the power struggles, like initially. Like I said, as if you're on two different teams, like competing against each other. This is like the wounded inner children, like squabbling kind of thing. But this is what you're going to be overcoming. I feel it's through discussions, through talking, and I feel like this is the increased passion, this is the increased intimacy that's going to come also from this commitment to really trying to be patient with each other and understanding, and really trying to listen to each other. So there's Big Ben here, the tower with a clock. To me, this is saying that when I see the clock, it's like divine timing. To me, it's saying it's part of the soul contract that when you initially meet, there's these walls up, like the tower, and this is what is creating the triggering. But that tower is going to break down, but that's a good thing, because that's going to lead to increased intimacy. We have the peacock here. So I feel like someone may be overly sensitive because they're trying to impress you, or they're trying their best to have you really like look up to them and admire and appreciate them. And you do. And I feel like this is a genuine person. I'm not seeing anything like unhealthy. I'm not seeing any spitefulness or, falseness. But I feel like there's someone in this connection that's really trying their hardest to be approved of, and the slightest little thing may trigger them if they feel like they're not being appreciated or something like that. And the other person may feel as though they're being over the top, and I feel like that's what's leading to arguments and things. But that is what is going to be healed. And there's this dice here. So I'm going to roll that, see what number it lands on. 4. So 4 is the number of stability. Stability is coming back into your connection. For some of you, 4 may be specifically significant to you. But yeah, it's the number of stability, working together to create that harmony, a firm foundation for your relationship to be built upon. So I really hope my reading has been helpful and that it's resonated with you. And if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. It really helps me to grow my channel. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And also please check out my other readings. I've got tons of pick a card readings on my channel, and they're looking into how this person feels, what's going to happen between you and all things like that. So go check those out, and thank you so much. Take care. Bye.